be easier because I'm walking this direction. I'm like, well, I had to throw out the trash, so.
We also do a cold open, so we are starting now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I do like that game. I know, everyone was surprised that I rated Rogue as a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah, I told him. It's shocking.
Yeah, you never played one, so.
But they're so versatile.
I mean, yeah.
If they had magic, they'd be a 10 out of 10 for me, but they don't have magic.
I mean, you know, that's why they're the 9.
I'm only playing my second Rogue for... Actually, the only time I've ever played Rogue is when Freddy's a DM, too.
Fair.
Played, Bro, when's the Elder Scrolls campaign? Sag. By Sacy.
Bye-bye.
So we landed in the era where they're, like, in power, so he's vibing.
Oh, sweet, I'm racially superior again. Fantastic.
You'd love to see it.
What were they called?
Huh?
Slowed.
Slowed.
Bro, how do you forget about the Slodes?
You're right.
Disgusting creatures.
They have the gender fluid.
Ugh. Ugh. No. Truck?
Truck indeed. It is washed as well.
Clean truck?
Clean truck. I realized that I had not washed my truck since before the Montana trip. So I was like,
Oh
oh,
my god.
yes.
You see this isn't a cold open?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's usually not this long.
I mean...
Yeah, normally it's, we turn it on as we're walking from my front door to the truck parked in the driveway. Good. And it's serviced. So it's good. Just ignore the fact that my dashboard does say maintenance is still required because they did not reset.
Just do it yourself.
How do I do it?
I mean, I don't know for your particular model, just you to it.
Okay.
It's usually like just a little button combination or it's in your settings.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's... Very few vehicles actually require like some kind of something hooked up to it to actually be able to reset it.
How do you set the new number that it needs to get to, though?
Well, usually there's a default. So usually with cars, it's set to, hey, when you're... by service, do you just mean an oil change?
No, it was like my... Well, I guess it would work with that, too, because it was just like a 40,000 mile.
Yeah, dependent on the service, usually it's just a set mileage.
Okay.
So, like for mine, right, my oil change was set to 6,000, so when I reset it, it will just notify me the next time I put 6,000 miles on it from when I reset it.
Gotcha.
So that's usually how they go.
All right.
So what happened? I'm so excited to talk about this session.
I am also very excited.
We started the burrs.
The Burrs.
We started
birds.
Bird Roam.
Bird room.
Finally.
Roam for short.
Start off with everybody
Roam.
in a cage,
Roam.
in a room, with under or over a big glyph, and a man with a book, and a lot of the Ursics, the fair people, the tribe leaders, talking and yelling at each other about what to do because they either want to kill the Dietrix or polymorph him and
Should we
sell him into
explain
slavery.
I know we've talked about our characters probably like a bunch of times already because we've been waiting for this campaign forever.
Go for
But should
it.
we introduce
In the cage
characters?
there were.
Let's start with the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You gotta
I guess they're
explain
not
your
here.
team.
Yeah, so kind of. There's no like set leader, but I guess like the facto leader would be Aurora, who is a stalker, which is just a ranger witcher archetype, basically. Then there is Cass, the young nomad or the bowmad, because they do wield bows. And then, fuck me, I don't remember Ricky's character.
Cal something?
Kelsham, I think. Yeah.
The Batman.
The
I
Batman.
kept wanting to call him
Wherebat.
Cashmere the entire night.
A rogue who will kill you by flicking a coin at you. Hyper lethal speeds.
Plink.
But yeah, that's the Merc group, I guess.
Yeah. And then there were the diplomatic team with the Dietrix.
The fucking...
My character is the Augur of Righteous Omens, Conduit of Pharasma, Oracle to the far Dietrix.
And then my character is Valus, who is the Dietrix, which is a consul of this universe's Rome, which is called Aquilix, and his bodyguard Ceruleus.
And then there's a big bugman.
Yeah.
And Dawson's Bugman.
Wait, so is he a big bug or is he a small bug with a big
He's
stick?
like 5 feet tall.
He's
Yeah.
big
Let's
in
go.
comparison to the rest of the bugmen.
Yeah.
I see.
But he's still not as tall as like everybody else.
Valus genocided his entire
Wait, straight or
colony. Yeah,
left?
straight.
Yeah, just-
And he was the strongest, so he got to stay alive.
Now he's just hanging out. But yeah, the Dietrix got his party jumped and kidnapped, and the mercenaries were just in the wrong place at the wrong time and got caught up in it. And so now everybody's in a tent, trying to. Yeah, in a cage, in a tent.
Sorry, a cage
in an underground.
I was gonna say it was like a. I don't know what you would call that kind of structure, but it was like a building that was built into like a mound of earth.
Yeah.
Well, we were in a cage that was in a force cage. That was in like a building.
Yeah, there was so many levels of just like, we need to keep these guys shut, and it did not work. Because yeah, there were all the people that were arguing about what was going to happen, and then they all left, and then there was like some high-powered spellcaster dude who was trying to hurt us, but then he also got called away, and then we managed to escape out of the cage.
His
His
companions went outside to meet with someone who was giving them a report, and then was just like taking the free time to kind of torture you guys, and then realized that they weren't coming back inside. So he was like, okay, what the fuck went on? And so he set some trap runes on the floor and was just like, hey, don't try breaking out, and then walked out.
Mm-hmm. And then Arrow, the Augur of Righteous Omens, discovered that's like, oh yeah, this is runes of acid pit. So. And
then Cerules, as a reaction, just jumped.
Well, no, he didn't. He just started climbing on the bars to try and like pick up arrows so she wouldn't be on the ground. And I, as a player, was not aware that. Like he said, you didn't say don't try to break out. You said
don't move.
Don't go anywhere was what you said. And I was like, okay, well that means like, you know, if we exit the cage or try and like open the cage, this is gonna open. I didn't realize it meant literally don't move at all, because
we were fine.
Moving at all was what caused it. So
luckily I had prepared dispel magic, so everyone was out of there pretty quickly, and the damage was not that bad in comparison to what I could heal from channel energy. So I just got to flex a lot.
Yeah, it was just Arrow and Kelsham that fell into the pit because Arrow is a cleric with bad reflex saves, and Kelsham tried to break out, and the guy just blinded Kelsham.
Yeah. But we opened up the lock because Kelsham, even blind, could still pick it.
Aurora had to lead him over.
Yeah.
I put the lock in his hand.
And then Arrow used another dispel magic in order to get the force cage out. And then we just looked through the room while Kelsham then had to lockpick all of our gear out of their
Kelsham was bringing potions out and was just like, Aurora, which one is this? Is this the restoration?
In which case Aurora had to ask, well, are they labeled? So Aurora would have no fucking idea if they weren't.
I just drink them and find out afterwards.
Yeah.
Like
the healing is the red one.
Yeah.
Aurora's like, bro, I color code these. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
The only potions Aurora knows without a hitch is the ones she wears in her pouch and where her mutagen is. Those are the only ones.
So everyone got geared up after that, and while they were investigating the room, Urk was basically manning the door, making sure that no one was coming in. Arrow went over to one of the tail that had just sort of like a collection of stuff. Found a cloak of resistance because I knew that somebody was going to forget to put a cloak of resistance in their inventory.
We gotta talk about this. Hold on, I'm fucking hijacking this shit. Because you said I know somebody forgot to put a cloak of resistance in their inventory, and I pointed it at the back of Alex's head while she wasn't looking, just holding that, and then she was like, yeah, I forgot. And everybody started fucking laughing, and she was just like looking around all confused.
You called it, yeah.
It's not a hard call.
It is not a hard read, no.
It was that, and then what else was on the table?
I don't remember. I didn't keep any of it.
Yeah, I don't think I took anything from the actual table itself.
There was a journal.
No, that wasn't over by Arrow. That was over by like Valus and
Kelsham.
Yeah.
Because there was a journal that was full of like the Urk. How do you say it? Ursic?
Ursic.
The
like
Ursic.
Celtic, but with Urs instead of
they can't. Like a lot of them are illiterate, right? I don't think that lore has been revealed to us yet, but
what?
Isn't that part of it?
They're fucking Celts, of course they're illiterate.
Well, I thought maybe that was just something you talked about.
The Ursics have their own language. They have their own. They wrote stuff in the journal. Kelsham did not know the language, so I was just telling him about the pictographs that were on there.
So that's what it was. Is I thought they were writing mostly in pictographs, and that's what he was interpreting. not necessarily that they had like their own writing.
Right.
They were just communicating in pictures.
And then he tossed that journal to Valus, who was right next to him, and Ceruleus launched a fucking pylum and
So cool.
stuck the journal at the wall. And Kelsham was just like, yo, bro, calm down.
Yeah. And then Arrow kept that journal as proof. For later.
Well, the journal was full of pictures of Valus getting killed.
A million different ways.
Because I guess we should say Valus may or may not have committed a small amount of genocide against these people.
May or may not.
About 2 decades ago, which is why
And they're still mad about
they're
it for
still,
some reason.
for some reason, upset. I couldn't. It seems kind of excessive to hold a grudge for that long.
I know. Like, they weren't even there, these guys. They were probably
Yeah, they were
babies.
all like babies.
Were they even bare?
Were they even bare?
Call that a cub.
He only killed their parents. I don't understand.
Yeah, why
Like,
would
they're
they be upset
tribal.
about
Like,
that?
they probably get raised by like the group, like
Exactly.
commune.
So if
anyway.
anything, they just outnumbered the adults.
Oh,
That would be good for them. That means the kids get to run the place. It's like Jimmy Neutron.
yeah.
Oh my god.
For the pants.
We're the kids in America. Oh,
Whoa.
whoa.
Those
What
some
the
kids in
fuck
America.
is going on?
Why? We just go through the
I was
drive-through.
gonna.
God
yeah,
damn.
Could we? I don't want to go over there.
There's so many of them.
I really don't want to go over
Or drive-through. Hell yeah.
there. Where's Alex and Ricky?
Oh, that's a good question.
They're over there already. It's too late. We lost them.
They might have gone through the drive-through as well when they saw that shit. Their car isn't.
I was about to
Car
say.
isn't
It's a
here.
bright red Honda.
But we all got out. We
Right.
formed somewhat of a plan because I think at that point somebody like came back in, right? Like
Did you say eat?
Stonewall.
Yeah, they're right there.
Oh yeah, they're there. You say you got out and ate?
No. Somebody was coming in. I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah,
what my
yeah.
actual words were.
While they were looking
Stonewall
over the
heard
journal,
somebody.
Stonewall hit him twice and obliterated him.
But fucking
Yeah.
demolished.
bonk bonk.
Playing baseball with that man's head.
In
And-
the ribcage.
Oh, yeah, that's when
Yeah.
Alex was struggling with like the enhanced weapon, so Aurora was just helping Cask out there
Yeah.
because
We
Alex
were just talking and we're like,
Alex
alright.
did buy because their weapon gold was like 500 gold left over, so instead of putting it somewhere else, they literally just bought 500 gold worth of standard arrows.
I will say, I do think that it is a little bit cute as far as the roleplay goes, because it's very much just like, bro, dude, no, this is how you be a ranger, dude. Like, get this together. Like, you got to make sure you're doing this, and this.
Aurora's been doing this.
So
for a long
it
time.
works with the RP of Aurora teaching Cass.
Yeah, Aurora would.
a conversation in the background of like, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
No,
we're-
what don't you understand? I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Explain it to you.
Aurora would have been doing this job for 5 years because they've come adulthood at 15. So, been on their own for that long, for the most part.
At that point, Kelsham... Oh, I'm sorry. Urk, though, did not kill in one strike, so the guard that was coming in to check on you guys did scream out for help before getting absolutely domed, and then we're going to have to pause it.
Pause it.
What?
And then,
It starts dancing.
oh my god.
Starts dancing.
And we are recording again.
We're back.
About that. When we last left off, we were just about to leave the place. Somebody had come back in and discovered that we had escaped our cage and then our force cage, and got his shit pushed in, but still alerted other people. And so then we had to come up with a plan of what we were going to do when we went actually out there.
That's
and
where
so Kelsham snook,
Snook.
went out super stealthy, saw that there were some archers above the doorway that were going to be firing down on you guys immediately, and then also saw people further on the bridge and people kind of pass on the other side of the bridge. So from there you guys were able to kind of put together a game plan of how to approach it, and then went out.
Yeah, in which case, what's the bug's name again? Sorry.
Urk.
How can I forget that? It's the easiest one to
Stonewall
remember.
Jackson, Stronghold Johnson, Bulwark Berry.
Many
Those are his
names.
dead brothers.
Urk's plan, which I actually really liked, was the full tilt sprint to the end of the bridge because he's very good at preventing people from moving once they're within his threat
Yes.
range. So their back line cannot reinforce their front line, while after the archers were dealt with, Aurora and Kelsham started to deal with the front line, and then
Then the caster that was amongst them decided to fly off the bridge and throw a fireball down, but
team evasion over here.
there was team evasion, and then there was also team puts up a wall.
I would like to say an amazing strategy that we really should be making use of is the fact that I can make you all able to ready full round actions, which means that if you all stand behind my fucking shield, we can just wait for the enemies to come close to us and then all attack at the exact same time. Because you can all ready your actions for like when they get within a certain range, boom, just kill them. You know, so like we could have just sat at the end of the bridge and waited for them to walk up. What are they going to do? Throw fireballs at us?
Doesn't matter.
As long as you're directly behind me.
I can expand my shield, and if the fireball goes past my shield, like let's say he casts it to the side, you get a +5 to your reflex on top of the +5 just being behind my shield already gives you. So you just get a +10 to your reflex.
That's pretty wild.
Because I have a tower shield. So we should start doing that, where we just wait.
And then Cass's build is really coming online with the Bomad, so starting to pick people off as well at a distance. But
is there a reason she went ranger instead of a fighter archetype?
The specific dual-wielding bow for that race is a ranger race-specific archetype.
Yeah. But the caster was close enough for Kelsham to deal with. The problem is they were still floating off the bridge. So body fell into a river. We dealt with the rest of the combatants. One of them tried to run off.
Well, I would say it was Urk and Ceruleus that were just fucking taking out the other guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. My man doesn't talk. I forget about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ceruleus darting across the map.
Oh yeah, then one tried to run away. But...
And then Era was like, "I'm gonna give you visions of your own demise."
Yeah.
And then he froze because he rolled a 1.
Paralyzed with fear, and then Cass domed him.
And then one tried to run away, but unfortunately my survival is well into the 20s. And it was my favorite terrain and a favorite enemy, so well into the 30s.
Yeah.
My man is not leaving.
I know where you are.
You can leave, you just can't hide.
You can't escape. You can run.
Yeah.
If anything, it'll just give me a little exercise.
You can check out whenever you'd like, but you can never leave.
But that caster had a bounty on them.
And so you guys.
And Aurora's line of work, you need to bring heads for that kind of stuff. But not only that, Aurora also thought there may be information that would be valuable to you guys, also possibly worth money. So the immediate thought was that it would take too long to set up a proper rope or rope ladder to get down the 120-foot cliff. Yeah, so
dove in, not jumped in.
Dove. That was a very important.
Research went into this.
2 of us did great. Cass, however,
didn't know what to do with the extra arms in it.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, jumping into shallow water. I guess it isn't shallow. It was 40 feet deep.
Yeah.
But never mind. I forgot. I forgot it was 40 feet deep.
Oh yeah, if it's less than 10 feet deep, you take full fall damage.
Yeah, so the mercenary group, Aurora, perfect, Ezio dive in.
Swan dive.
Kelsham, totally fine. Cass doesn't know what to do with the extra arms, throws off the aerodynamics,
which is
flops
strange
right on her
considering they've
back.
always had those arms.
Yeah, but they never
water.
dove off of a 120-foot tall bridge.
They've been in the village for their entire life.
They live in the desert.
That too.
The fuck is this water thing?
Just trying to copy what the other 2 did.
So then, Valus, Urk, and Arrow were all like...
Well, no, we still have to remember Ceruleus.
No, I was just, you guys talk over this.
Ceruleus jumped in.
Yeah, Ceruleus was like, I'm just gonna follow them. And
Man.
left Arrow and Valus both being like, excuse me? Where do you think you're going?
Their bodyguard just left them.
To go hang out with
They
the
look fun.
mercenaries.
Because he's
Bro, we're cool.
He's 19 years old.
Because he's a 19-year-old.
Got put in his position purely because of nepotism.
Aurora's gonna offer him a cigarette.
Hey, bro, you want to move?
Dude, smoking's cool, bro.
You take it.
He's been a sheltered monk his whole life, aside from the, getting nearly slaughtered. He's never had to say no to drugs. Nobody's ever offered
literally
him.
can't.
Yeah.
Bro, Aurora smells like wet dog now, I just realized. Gross.
That was what he smelled like all the time.
No,
Wet
that's
wolf,
fucking
bro.
dirty dog.
Dirty wet dog.
Yeah.
Wet wolf, bro.
Well, now they're clean, but not but wet. So it's just a lose-lose.
Sopping.
All right, let's calm down.
So after that, they went down the river. You guys caught the body. You guys cut the head off. Whatever. You got some stuff.
Hold on.
What?
You scried.
I know. I'm about to say
Oh,
that.
okay,
I was
sorry.
just saying. I was getting rid of the other stuff.
I'm sorry.
I didn't scry. I divined.
Oh, my bad.
I got to use my spells. What I created my augur for, which is we had two options. We were like, okay, listen, we could potentially find a way down into the river, not by jumping, because that's a terrible idea for the robot and the old man.
The old man wearing full plate armor and carrying a tower shield.
And the incredibly dense bug man. So that's just a bad idea all around. We're not going to do that. We could try to climb down, but again, that's not going to look very good for us. But there's also a road, and from the map that we had earlier, we know that the road will connect eventually to the river. So I was able to use my divination to ask Pharasma, the goddess of prophecy, and all sorts of other stuff, but the prophecy is the main thing I care about. Hey, is the road, like, what's safer to go down, the road or the river? And the answer we got back was, if you guys go by road, you're going to meet trouble. Except it rhymed, and Tristan did a really good job of coming up with something on the fly.
Well done.
Along the dirt path, fighting you will not pass. Or fighting you will pass, there we go.
Something like, yeah, exactly. So we were like, all right, cool, let's... And even then, Velos is like, I mean, we could still go to the road. We could risk
He
it.
didn't want to jump in, and then we remember we had fly potions.
Yeah, and then after, like, so much arguing, we remember we had fly potions. Not only that, I'm pretty sure Bugman can fly.
He can. He
has a
has
fly speed.
4 fly, and he only has like 15-foot fly.
Yeah.
It's not, maybe not 15.
I think it's
possible,
25.
It's something.
But it's poor.
It's poor, so he can pretty much glide, which
Yeah.
is good enough for that situation.
Because he just picked up Arrow and
Because
they
Velos
went down
was more
together.
concerned about Arrow than he was himself. He
Yeah.
just also knew that if he jumped in the water, he was going to sink to the bottom like a wet rock. You can, just for future reference, when we're not going anywhere, you can park in front of our driveway. We had to do it when the garage door was broken, and it's totally fine. So
Cool.
nobody, our neighbors don't care as long as we're not blocking their driveways. So you can box us in.
I mean, they've
Yeah,
blocked
that's fine.
sometimes. Whenever they have their friends over, and there's like 6 cars deep.
Look, if they need to move her up, they can knock.
But yeah,
So yeah, everyone met up, and that's where we left off.
and that was session 1.
Yay!
You guys skipped a whole ass like hour and a half of another combat thing, so that's cool.
Did you skip it or?
Yeah,
Because we're not going down the road.
I mean, you can just put it later on down the road.
I can.
He might.
I hope you guys also bought rations and water, since we're not
I can make
in a
it.
town.
I have that. I have water as a cantrip, and then
Uh-huh.
I have like
Create
some
water
sort of,
is the
like,
best
feast
That
thing
is the
that'll
dumbest
create.
Go.
cantrip.
I can also bless the water, so I can test really quick if any of you guys are evil.
My one
Wait, does it make it
copy of
holy
that
water?
is
Yeah.
the dumbest cantrip.
I can make holy water.
Aurora's gonna adore you because that is a throwable.
Oh my god, throwable blessed water.
Yeah, because masters work to be equipped one-handed, so they can always pop, 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 and then a bite.
And then a bite.